Hey, what's up, y'all? There's another episode of Watch You Strappin, and these are just quick, impromptu, on the fly, casual, quick wristwatch check. Just back on the Steinhart Ocean 39 Explorer, and this is a Gnomon exclusive. And yeah, they just have limited production on these, so they're not always in stock. And for how long? That's a big question too. I believe they made usually like the recent blue marine, like it's like the Tudor snowflake military style with the blue bezel and blue dial and the faux patina. Some of you might know it. They usually make a first run of limited editions that are numbered with the acrylic crystal, and then later on they put on like a non-limited one, but still somewhat limited production with the dome sapphire crystal, such as this. And they are not numbered. But anyways, yeah, really like this. This is, as I think I've mentioned it in previous video, this is sort of like my fictional James Bond watch. If we were to go back in time and try to show off, Bond with a particular Rolex reference, not Steinhart, but if you know the Rolex Submariner with the Explorer dial, which is rather rare. I just find that for me, that seems like a pretty cool mix of big screen famous, Rolex Submariners that have been shown with Bond, mixed with the concept that, and I believe the truth is Ian Fleming, the author, creator of James Bond, kind of based on a character of himself, at least in part. He wore the Rolex Explorer. I can't think of the reference, but you watch nerds know what I'm talking about, so why not have a fusion of both in such a reference like this, or what would be a Rolex Submariner with the Explorer dial. But anyways, I have this, originally I had this on the stock Jubilee, Oyster, which is okay, but it didn't quite, It's not a bad bracelet, but there's always, as I mentioned in some other Steinhart videos that I did, the gap right here with what would be a solid, there's a three-piece, this is a Jubilee obviously, but the Oyster, that gap right in here where it meets the end link is quite noticeable on most wrist sizes, I think, because once the lugs or the links start to downturn, it kind of opens up a gap here, and it's much more evident on the Oyster because on the Jubilee, you got that kind of spacing here, and it kind of meets and fits okay into the end link and the rest of the watch. But on the Oyster, as it is, kind of a bit gappy unless you got a large enough wrist where perhaps the links don't quickly downturn as much, and thus closes up that gap a little bit more. So I don't know. This was actually kind of a buyback. It wasn't kind of, it was. I'll get into it later, but I decided to this time to upgrade it and get it on the Jubilee instead, because I just really prefer it's a better built bracelet, and especially the way the center link meets into this part is just nicer. But anyways, that's about it. 39 is a great size, and the thing's been running pretty darn good, as I think most Steinharts I've ever owned do. And yeah, it's just like the look of this and the size and fit. Lugs do not bother me at all. I mean, really, people make too big a deal of the way the lugs are. They do curve down, and there's plenty of other watches that basically have this kind of arc or shape to the bottom of the case, at least, or the lugs that aren't super curved down, but they do fine. But not many people complain about the other ones. But I don't know. Overall, the quality and the general fit, especially in the 39, works pretty darn good. So that's about it. Catch you in the next. Thanks. Bye.